everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I haven't got a beer review for you this time. I've got a little beer haul and I want to just talk and thank many of you for putting me onto these guys. Now, a couple of months ago, you might remember, I went to the Beers of Europe warehouse in near King's Lynn, Sechley. It's just south of King's Lynn. And I was blown away. I'd used Beers of Europe's website a lot, and I found myself buying beer from Beers of Europe once every 3 weeks, I would say. And like I say, that it resulted in me kind of wanting to go up there and see it for myself. See kind of the place that have been giving me some amazing German beer and Belgian beer, mainly German, but fantastic European beers all summer. You loved that video. I think it's done nearly 2,000 views. But a lot of the comments, probably, I say a lot of the comments, 7 or 8 of the comments, maybe even more, were saying, if you like that place, Mark, go to Beautiful Beers. Now, Beautiful Beers is a place in Bury St Edmunds, and if I'm honest, I don't find myself in Bury St Edmunds a lot. It's probably an hour away, whereas Norwich is half an hour, so I always find myself in Norwich, never in Bury St Edmunds. Until the other day, I was going over, I was looking at a job, and on my way back through, I kind of had to go round Bury St Edmunds. I thought, you know what, I'm popping into Beautiful Beers. So, I did, and I'm really glad I did, and I'll show you why. Now, I've got a bag down here. I've got to bend down because it's on the floor, and both handles are broken. But I popped in and I thought, I want to go in and have a little look at what they've got. I didn't actually, foolishly, I probably could have found out what they had for sale online, but I didn't even think to check online. I just ended up going in the shop. So I picked a few things up, and I kind of wanted to get a few different bits and bobs. Beautiful Beers is it's a shop on, it's a street, and the shop, Beautiful Beer shop's kind of set back about 2 meters from the normal row of shops, or the rest of the shops are on the street, should I say. And they've got, I would say, they have got a good bit of everything. Now, they're certainly European beer heavy, so they've got a lot of German stuff and a lot of Belgian stuff in particular. But what they did have as well was a nice little bit of American stuff, a nice little bit of Australian and Antipodean stuff. They had a good bit of British stuff. They even had some Irish stuff, which you don't see because obviously with the import and export taxes now, you don't see a lot of Irish beer in the UK. So I picked some of that up. They just kind of had a good bit of everything. And some of those beers, there's a beer in here from a brewery that I've only seen in Belgium itself. So we'll just go through a few of these beers and kind of, yeah, summarise. And I've got the receipts as well. And it's pretty well priced. It's pretty well priced. So let's pick the first one out. I got an Arbor Nooba, which is a New England IPA. I love these Arbor pint cans. 6.2%. Let me get the receipt. Did I get the receipts out? I did. Let me get the receipts out. That Arbor beer, for a pint can of 6.2% New England IPA, very good quality brewer Arbor, that can was $5.50, which I thought was pretty damn good. Especially for something from Arbor. Arbor, they're never the most expensive beers in the world, Arbor. But I thought $5.50 for that. I thought that was pretty good. Next one I got is a... right. This is the Irish beer. It's a beer from the White Hag. There we go. I've never had anything from the White Hag. The first time I really remember seeing them was they done that watermelon beer that was like green. I don't know whether they're kind of going to be a bit of like a Welsh or an Irish brew dog. I don't know. But that was a 5.4% New England IPA called Atlantean. And that beer was $3.50. That seems, on the face of it, and I think White Hag are quite well thought of. Never had any of their beers. I just see them all over Instagram all the time. $3.50 for that, for a 440 can. I thought, that's pretty decent. Then we move on to, I bought an Azvex Pale Ale at 4% called Inland Empire. We all know Azvex, we all know they're fantastic. That particular beer was $4.30. And I know it's only 4%, but as an Azvex Pale Ale, like, I find the Azvex beers kind of higher end on the higher end of the pricing bracket. But $4.50, that's like, or 4.30. That's like the prices nowadays. That's like supermarket money, and you're buying an Azvex beer for like supermarket money. A lot of the supermarket, I know the bulk of the supermarket beers are cheaper than that, but they're poor. Some of the supermarket beers, even as recently as as far back as 9 months ago, Tiny Rebel's 5.05, which is not that great. It's £4.50 a can, and this is 20p cheaper. And this is Azvex, so yeah, there we go. Quite, I don't know. It was just really interesting. I just thought the prices were really, really good. Let's go in. I can't remember what beers these are. I can remember 2 of the 3, actually. I'm lying. But they've obviously all wrapped up in the paper. Haven't opened them since. Now this is the beer that I had in Belgium, that I've only seen in Belgium. It's called Blanche de Namur. It's a wheat beer. I was in Belgium in a town called Dinant. Now, Dinant's famous for many things. Albert Sax, the guy that invented the saxophone, he's from Belgium. He's from Dinant. It's got a lot of historical importance as well, because it's got a monastery. It's beautiful. I'd recommend you go there. It's fantastic. It's right on a river, and right above the river, on a cliff top, is a monastery. And it's just a stunning place. But there's loads of beer cafes and restaurants around. And a priest from a local church got me onto this beer whilst we were in a steakhouse. And it's very, very nice. That Blanche de Namur, that was on a different receipt, because I bought that separately, because I saw that as I walked out the shop. £2.50. And that's in a, what's that, 3.55, is it? 3.30. It's a 3.30 bottle. $2.50. He actually gave me, these guys actually gave me a little bit of discount on these prices, actually. But £2.50. That's pretty good. Let's go in. I can't remember. One of these bottles, I know it's an Andex Helles, which is this one. I just think it's a Spezial Helles. So I've got a Kloster Andex Helles. I got one of my most recent Beers of Europe orders. I got a couple of bottles of their Weiss beer, yellow label with blue. It is fantastic. I bumped into the guys at Rate My Beer, Paul and Michelle. Bumped into them at the Great British Beer Festival, and they were all over this. I think he's really into his wheat beers, and he was like, oh my god, Andex on draft, and it was blooming lovely. So I saw a chance to get their Special Hell. What ABV is it? It's probably quite pokey. 5.9. Good ABV, that. How much was that? 3.10. So I think, to give it some balance, the ordinary Hofbrau that some Morrison stock, I believe that's like £2.50 a bottle. So you're getting this is 1.1% more, the special beer from Andex, who are a very, very good brewery, and it's going to cost you 60p more if we're comparing it to supermarket. Now this is the last beer. I can't remember what this is. Oh no, I do. No, I do. This is one from America, and it's the Founders Porter. There we go. A lot of you will know Founders. They're the whole Founders range in there, as well as a load of stuff from Sierra Nevada. A lot of I know hazy little thing and stuff are out there, quite readily available from Sierra Nevada, as well as the Californian IPA and the Pale Ale. But they had all the other different beers. They had Atomic Torpedo. Then they had Fuller's. Is it HSB? They had all these kind of beers that I remember from Instagram. They had the Bourbon County Stout from, is it Goose Island? They had that in there. Really, really good sort of proper selection of beers. This Founders Porter was $3.50, and that's this is a 3.55, isn't it? Yeah, this is in a 3.55 bottle. So you're really talking about some big name. A lot of these beers actually I've never had before. I've not even had them. Yeah, I've never had them before. Apart from the Blanche de Namur, I kind of know what to expect from that. But these other beers I've never had before, so I'm not going to stand here and say these beers are fantastic value for money, because I've never tasted them. But when you look at the names, this looks like really good value for money. The whole lot cost me, and they did give me a little bit of discount, so thank you guys. It was £2.25 discount in total. All the beers cost me £18, and that included a bag for 10p. So yeah, thanks. Firstly, thank you. A lot of these people in the comments were like, "Beautiful beers. It's not far from you. Go there, go there, go there." And I'm glad I did, because on the face of it, I've got a fantastic selection of beers here. If you want to have a little look at them, I've just seen their website at the top of the receipt. They are beautifulbeers.co.uk. I've not been sponsored for this. I've not been paid to say this. I spoke to the owner and one of his members of staff. Lovely people. Beautiful shop. It's like they do a lot of homebrew stuff in there as well, actually, which I wasn't expecting. But yeah, have a little look at them, because I think the prices will surprise you quite a lot. The one thing that I would say, over bit, because we are going to compare it a little bit to Beers of Europe, because a lot of people will say, well, if you like them, try this, and I think they're better than Beers of Europe in the comments. What they do have over Beers of Europe is a bit better sort of craft selection. Beers of Europe have got Firebrand, who I quite rate, from Cornwall, and they've got a little bit of local craft as well. But in terms of like higher end craft, I'd say Beautiful Beers have got it, where Beers of Europe have probably got the legs on. Beautiful Beers is just a pure selection of the selection. But I did really like the American and Australian bits as well. I didn't actually buy anything from Australia because it was from breweries that I've had some stuff from before, so I wanted to try some different stuff. But yeah, go and check them out, beautifulbeers.co.uk. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, Beautiful Beers So Kind. Get in the comments, let me know if you've been to Beautiful Beers and what their beers are like in general. I think I probably chose quite wisely. I've kind of got a few different beers. I've got a special Helles, I've got a New England IPA, I've got another New England IPA, I've got a 4% pale, a 6.5% porter, and a Belgian wheat beer. So I think I've probably done all right there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, be so kind. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.